Hello, hello. Hi, Ozil. Welcome to the live. Okay, so let's just wait for more people to join. Hi. Has school ended for you, or are you still in school? XNGZ. Wow, everyone is here. Okay, how was your day going? Okay. Yes, I'm doing well, right? Today is quite nice. It's a Thursday already because Monday was a public holiday, which means that our week ends one day shorter, right? Because we have one extra holiday in the week. Okay, how about you guys? How are you, Ozil and XNGZ? Okay, what did all of you do today? Right, I believe most of you have school, right? Because it's currently the 3rd of April. All the online teachers are going a milestone to help you pass your exam. Yes. You wrote essay today, Ozil. What essay did you write? Argumentative essay. Wow. Is it for your O-level preparation? Right, for English essay, you wrote an argumentative essay. It's good to know how to write all the different forms of essays for your O-levels, right? Descriptive, discursive, argumentative, and what's the last one? Okay, I can't remember it all of a sudden. Tomorrow you have interview. Wow, I see. All the best SNGZ, right? All the best XNGZ. Right, I hope you are able to get what you want. Right, I wish you all the best. Okay? Just stay calm and face the interview calmly, right? Don't be too nervous and just do whatever you have prepared, you can just say it out. You wrote it in 30 minutes. Also, how do you write an argumentative essay in just 30 minutes? Right, that's really, really fast. Okay, usually exam, they allocate more time for you to write the essays. Okay, hi everyone. Ozil, what was the topic of the essay you wrote about? And XNGZ, how do you feel prepared for your interview? How you prepare your interview last time? That's a very good question, XNGZ. Okay, so for students who are actually preparing for just maybe school interview, maybe for student council interviews and CCA interviews, there's many interviews that students get to um, actually encounter or you get exposed to, right? So to prepare for interview, basically maybe you can ask people you know who are currently maybe in the course that you want, XNGZ, or maybe you can think about, like, let's say some possible questions that you may get asked, maybe related to the course that you want, right? XNGZ. So if you are worried about it, maybe you can talk to your teacher, your seniors, or maybe just look up online, right, and look at what the course actually would like to um would probably ask you about any questions relevant to what you studied in the past as well, and maybe your background. Okay, so these are some little things that you can take note of. Do you agree schools are more focused on good grades than something I forgot? Oh, I see. Then holistic, is it, Ozil? Okay, that's a very good topic for students to write about and discuss, right? So you need to make sure that you have evidence and a good explanation to back up your stance, right, Ozil? Okay, I hope you managed to finish your essay in a breeze. Yes, you managed to finish your essay, right? Taking a stance and knowing the proper evidence to use for your essay is fine. For the first time you teach at 9 a.m., what do you mean XNGZ? What do you mean for the first time? Oh, 4:30 p.m., yes. Because usually my live session is at 2:30, right? XNGZ. Okay, supposedly it was for teacher Judith, right? Our other teacher that is very lively and cheerful teacher to take over. However, she's not in today, so her live was cancelled. Yes. No, it's okay for typos. Thank you for correcting it so that I can understand what you say as well. Right? So if everyone is here, there's only Ozil and XNGZ here. Right? Okay, I believe some of you have actually done this practice together before, right? But can all of you get full marks for this practice? Okay, so I believe most of you are already at home. Oh, Gregory is also here. How are you, Gregory? Right, you're just listening in on the live session. Gregory, can I ask which level are you in? Right, just to get a gauge. Okay, Gregory, are you a primary or secondary student? Or not even a student anymore? Just here for the fun? Oh, Gregory, you are primary. Which level of primary are you? Oh, you are P5, Gregory. It seems that your performance for this English practices are really good, Gregory. It's very good for you to continue practicing through all of this. Okay, so I'm glad that you are joining our live right now. Later, Teacher Yahweh will be teaching English. Yes, XNGZ. Yes, next live will be by Teacher Yahweh. Okay, so stay tuned for the 5:30 live if you would like to join his live session. Yes. Okay, so let's look at question 1 because Ozil has already started off. Okay, Ben blank my sister talked to just now is my classmate. Okay, Ben. Human, my sister. Human. Okay, hamburger. Right, therefore the answer is whom. Okay, 2 humans. Noun, right? Okay, noun and noun. Hamburger. Where is the hamburger? Here is the hamburger. So these 2 nouns are sandwiching the word whom. Okay, so this is the hamburger. Okay, it's like how Ben, whom, and sister. Okay, so this is the main burger bun. This is the bottom bun, and this is the middle part of the burger, which is always used by whom. Okay, so this will be whom. Can I join your class? Yes, sure. Cholesaurus. Yes, definitely. Your English is not Englishing. Okay, I will make your English, okay? Sure, just join along and answer the questions, right? Okay, just some little short practices for grammar and vocabulary. Right, just to recap, this is our grammar and vocabulary ebook that you can purchase from our website or our link in bio. I will show you at the end of the lesson later on if you are interested, or I can show you right now if you would like to. Okay, so let's look at question 2. Right, you hardly buy souvenirs when you travel overseas. Blank, you ask Mrs. Ong. Yes, hardly is negative. Very good for pointing that out. Is it Ozil? Okay, so we have to look at positive over here. Which level is this? Cholesaurus. This is for upper primary level. So anyone from upper primary level are able to join the live session. Okay? And if you are interested, right, this is actually an ebook that you can purchase. Olivia is question 2, option 1. Okay. So let's look at question number 2, shall we? Right, question 2. So you hardly buy souvenirs. Yes, the answer is 1. Why is it number 1? Okay, because we have to look for a positive one. Okay, so option 3 and 4 are out, right? Option 3 and 4 are out. Okay, and 1 and 2. So did or do, right? You hardly buy souvenirs. Okay, so this means that it's in the present tense. This is present tense, therefore the answer is number 1. Okay, do you? Okay, so let's go on to question number 3. Peter and Gopal have practiced hard for the competition, but blank of them won a prize. Okay, we see but over here. This is contrast. Okay, this is a contrast, right? They practice hard for the competition. They expect themselves to do well, right? So, okay, Clasaurus. Clasaurus, sure, you can call me Teacher Rin if you want to, right? My name is Rin. Okay, so, question 3, all of you says that the answer is option number 4. Okay, that is correct. Very good. Neither of them. Right. So they both wanted to win. However, right, because of this contrasting word, we would know that the answer is number 4. Yes. Okay, question 4. After blank effort, Sarah succeeded in baking macaroons. I believe it's supposed to be macarons. R-O-N, single N. Sorry, single O. Oh my god. Okay, my brain is a little laggy today. Yes. Question 4. So after blank effort, right? Effort, is this countable or uncountable? Is effort countable or uncountable? Okay, Gregory, how about you tell me, is effort countable or uncountable? Okay, waiting for Gregory. Uncountable. Very good. Uncountable. Okay, so after blank effort, she succeeded. Okay, to succeed, you need a lot of effort, right? A lot of, but uncountable, so we can cancel many, can cancel the less ones by the power of elimination. We got our answer, which is much. Okay, answer is much. Very good, Gregory and Ozil, right? So, moving on. Okay, Calesaurus. Is that how I pronounce the name? Kalesaurus 07. Right, question 5. Worried about his mother, Wei Ming could not fall asleep, blank being tired. Okay, so he is already tired, but he is worried about his mother. Okay, so what would the answer be? Okay, what would the answer be? Calosaurus. Is Calosaurus still here? Okay, very good. All of you answered correctly. Okay, the answer is actually despite being tired. Okay, despite being tired. Okay, so the answer is actually number 4. Very good. Very well done. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Yes, sure, I'm here. I'm glad you're here, Calosaurus. Okay, so question 6. Not realizing that mother blank her lost earring. Mark continued to search through the garden. Okay, so for this question, it's slightly trickier. Okay, question 6 requires us to think. Right, we look at the keyword. So what is the keyword over here? Continued. This is the past tense. Okay, this action happened first and proceeded on to this happening. Right, if this is past, this will be past perfect. Okay, past perfect. So question 6 is past perfect. Thus the answer is option number . Okay, thus the answer is option number . Four. Had found her lost earring. I think 4 or 3. Okay, Ozzy also says that it's 4. Okay. Past perfect, right. Since it's past perfect already, our answer can only be had found. Okay, had found. Okay, Ken, question 7. Let's go on to question number 7. Susan, as well as her twin brothers, blank at East Coast Park every Sunday. Okay, when you see this question, which of the words or else the phrase is the additional information? Yes, thank you, Ozil. Okay, comma, dot, 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 comma is extra info. Right, so therefore the answer, we have to cancel this so that we don't distract ourselves. Right, the answer from Joanne and Gregory is correct. Okay, cycles. Okay, cycles, because every Sunday is present tense. Okay, present tense, Susan, is singular. Okay, present tense and singular. Therefore, the answer is number 2. Okay, present tense and singular. Okay, question 8. Sally passed the fun fair tickets to my brother and blank. Okay, so for this question, right, we also have another distractor that we can cancel. Okay, so it's actually my brother and this is actually an additional information. Right, so Sally passed the fun fair tickets to I, me, my, mine. Right, is it I, me, my, or mine? Okay, it is a very straightforward question. Right, therefore the answer is 2. She passed the fun fair tickets to me. Okay, so the answer for this case is actually me, not I. Okay, moving on to question number 9. Jane saw her father blank a rest in his room. Saw. What is the question type over here that I'm looking at? Saw. Long time never see Admin Royston and Teacher Jamie's. Yes, actually Admin Royston is back. It is not teaching live sessions anymore, but Teacher Jamie's will she's actually busy, right? So maybe can stay tuned and wait. If Teacher Jamie's will be free, she will drop by and teach us, probably, right? Okay, so Jared, right? Okay, because this has to be a noun. Okay, so saw her father taking a rest in his room. Okay, taking a rest in his room, right? Question 10. Peter searched blank the stack of papers on his desk to look for his English homework. Okay, search blank the stack of papers. Okay, the stack of papers. Peter searched blank the stack of papers. Searching through the stack of papers. Okay, searching through the stack of papers. Okay, through. Okay, moving on to the next part over here. Raising plants can be a fun hobby. Okay, sorry, it's a little noisy because the rain is quite heavy over here. Right, is it raining in your area? Okay, so it's actually raining very heavily. That's why the windows, can hear the rain sounds through the windows. No, it's not raining. It's super sunny. Really? I'm not sure if you can hear it. But if you focus on the background sound, you can actually hear the rain pitter-patter. It's sunny in your area. It's interesting. Can you guys hear the rain? Can, right? Yes. It's actually raining pretty heavily over here. Can hear the rain pattering on the window? Yes. Right, so this is a rainy afternoon, but it's very sunny for the rest of you, right? So Singapore can actually be divided into different parts. based on where the clouds go. Have you ever encountered the part where one side of the window is not raining and the other side of the window is raining very heavily? Where are you? We are actually located in Tiong Bahru Plaza. At first you thought it was the fan. Oh, I see. Okay, so over here we do not have a fan, right? It's only the windows. So it's definitely the rain, the sound of the rain. Okay, so we are located in Tiong Bahru, so it's the central area that is raining right now. Okay, let's go on to this grammar clause. So, raising plants can be a fun hobby. It's great to have plants placed blank the house. Okay, the house. Do you have plants placed around your house? Right? So the answer for this question is C. Okay, so do you all like plants, or do you ever water your plants and take care of them, or do you not own any plants? Okay, so this is a question for all of you as well for discussion, right? They make a room seem more pleasant. Here are blank tips to get started. Okay, so I'm giving you some tips to get started, right? So the answer is K. Very good. Okay, here are some tips to get started. First, choose a small plant that is easy to grow and interesting to watch, like the Venus flytraps. They have hairy leaves that forms traps. Blank touched, the trap closes. P. Yes, when touched, the trap closes. After buying a plant, you have to repot it in a bigger pot. Always use good potting soil, rather blank dirt to plant your plant. Okay, always use good potting soil rather than blank dirt. Oh, I just gave away the answer. Oh my goodness. Because rather always comes with then, right? So the answer can only be L, okay? Rather than dirt. Yes, rather than. Thank you, Ozil. Okay, T-H-A-N, not T-H-E-N. Okay, the answer is L, T-H-A-N. Water your plants only as blank as recommended by the staff at the nursery you bought your plant from. Okay, only as blank as recommended. Okay, so you only water as blank as recommended. Okay, as something as, right? Try to remember to bring your umbrella later when you leave your work. Thank you for the reminder, XNGZ. That's very nice of you. Okay, is it because the rain in the background is very distracting? Okay, it's actually quite loud over here. Okay, what is the answer for the next blank? It is loud. I see, Gregory. Okay, so we look at question 15, right? Are you able to see the options on the screen? If you are a student, put S. You have a parent, put P. And if you are here to Kipo, put K. Wow, XNGZ. Are you actually putting a poll up right now? You're actually putting up a poll on our live session to maybe do a survey of how many students, parents, or random people who drop by are watching the live session, right? But I can assure you, most of you are students, I believe, right? Okay, so next question, right? Water your plant only as blank as, okay? As blank as recommended. as blank as recommended. Okay, so as something as, right, water. Okay, water is uncountable. Therefore, the water has to be referred to as much as. Right, as much as recommended by the staff at the nursery you bought your plant from. Not blank. Not blank. How about you, Gregory? Do you want to try answering the next question? Okay, not more is the correct answer. Right? So you need water as much as recommended by the staff and not more. Okay, so overwatering a plant can kill a plant, not just underwatering. Okay, so if you forget to water your plants, yes, it may cause the plant to wilt. However, if you overwater the plant, right, you water the plant too much, it can also actually cause the plant to wilt. Okay, test the soil with your fingers. Blank, it is damp. Wait. Okay, blank, it is damp. Wait, very good. If it is damp, very good, Gregory. Right, well done. Next blank below. You can use a spray bottle and mist the leaves daily to keep dust away. Chemical insecticides to keep pests away should only be sprayed blank adults. Okay, should only be sprayed blank adults. Okay, only adults should do it. My K never write properly. Okay, I'll write properly. Okay, sprayed by adults. Very well done. Okay, question 18, sprayed by adults. If you have pets, keep them away blank your plants. Okay, away something something. Okay, away blank your plants. Okay, if you have pets, right, you have to be careful, very careful, especially if you have pets and plants together. Because the pets may go and ingest your plant, they may eat your plant, or maybe the soil, or maybe just the fertilizer or the poisonous things, right? So therefore the answer is away from. Very good, Gregory. Okay, keep them away from your plants. Some plants are poisonous, blank pets. Okay, so Gregory's answer is N, right? Some plants are poisonous to pets. Okay, so the answer for question 20 is correct. Okay, so the answer is N, right? So poisonous to pets, right? So they are not very pet friendly, right? Some of them are not organic, and when pets eat it, they might actually get poisoned, right? And they have to see a vet. Okay, so this is very important. If you own pets, make sure that they don't go too near the plants that you own, or else you have to make sure that your plants are very safe for the pets to roam around. Okay, do you have plants and pets? X and GZ. No, I do not have any plants or pets. Okay, maybe I do have a small plant, right? Just a small plant at home. Okay, because I think I will always forget to water the plant. Therefore, I believe that, oh, never mind. Okay, now we are at vocabulary. Okay, so question 21. Information about the upcoming coding competition has just been blank on the school's website. Okay, information, school website. Very good. Okay, the answer is published on the school's website. Okay, so you can only publish something online, or you can publish books, right? For the writers and authors out there, you are able to publish your own books. Okay, next question over here. Question 22. The spectators all cheered when their last runner blanked across the finishing line despite excruciating palm from a fall. You used to have a plant back at your old house. I see, X and GZ. So after you moved, the plant didn't move over to the new place with you. You left the plant behind in your old house. Okay, Gregory has given his answer. Right, so answer for question 22 is the spectators all cheered when the last runner scampered. Are you sure it's scampering? Right, what does scampering mean? Okay, scampering actually means to run in an action that is more of like escaping. Right, so what does scampering mean? Okay, it means to K means to scurry, right? So scampering actually means to scurry. So means to run really quickly, right? Scurried away, scampered away. Okay, therefore the answer is not number 4, right? You may want to try again. So strolling actually means to walk leisurely. Okay, how about sauntered? How about sauntered? Okay, sauntered actually means, right, to walk. Strolling isn't walking slowly. Yes, it means to walk slowly and leisurely, right? So you can say that, oh, I'm taking a stroll in the park means that I'm walking leisurely and slowly, enjoying at the pace, right? Sauntering actually means to walk slowly as well. Okay, therefore the answer for this question can only be number 3. Staggering across the finishing line. right? Why do we use staggering? Because the person is already at last place, right? Is trying his best or her best to actually move across the last place. Yes. No worries, Gregory. Do not need to apologize for answering the question wrongly, because every time you answer a question wrongly, you should know that, oh, I'm learning something new right now, and it's a very precious time for all of us to be learning. Okay, next question, 23. Man Ting blanked such a good performance that she was chosen again to perform next year. How about brisk walk? Okay, so brisk walk is spelled like this. Okay, brisk walk, right? So what is a brisk walk? It means to walk really quickly, right? Can we brisk walk to the supermarket? Okay, because the sun is too hot, we have to walk quicker so that we don't get sunburnt, right? So maybe a brisk walk, it means to be really, really quick, right? A quick walk. Okay, so a brisk walk means a quick walk. Okay, so for question 23, right? This question is testing us on our phrasal verbs, right? So Man Ting had blanked such a good performance that she was chosen again to perform next year, right? So putting blank a good performance, right? It means that you have actually done your best, did your part, right? To put something, a performance. Right, so that something actually means option number 2. Very good, Gregory. Keep putting on a performance. Sorry. So if we go to our TikTok shop over here, let me just show you that we actually have a new launch ebook. Okay, so this ebook is actually running a pre-sale right now, right? So if you head to our link in bio, okay, so you can click on the link tree over here. Okay, if you head to the link tree, right, you can see the ebook store. Just click on the ebook store and you are able to browse through all the products that you are interested in. Okay, so if we look at this, right, so now we are doing this product. However, we have encountered a phrasal verbs question and we are unsure of the other meanings of the phrasal verbs, right? So with this ebook over here, you are able to actually conquer the questions easily and more efficiently, because you have more phrasal verbs at the back of your mind that you should be reading daily in order to engage your mind and remember all of the phrasal verbs and its meanings. And maybe you can ask your parents or your friends to help test you on the spelling itself, right? Okay, so this is phrasal verbs. Okay, so if you are unsure of how to do phrasal verb questions, right, don't worry. So you can actually look at the examples over here, right? So these are from past year top school papers, the phrasal verb questions, right? So if you look at all of the questions given and shown in the display over here, these are very commonly tested and they come out in PSLE as well. So this will be how the phrasal verbs ebook look like, right? It's actually a sample page taken from the book and it consists of the phrasal verb itself, the picture of a person, maybe representing one of the sentences that we gave you in the book. Okay, so we have the definition for you and example sentences on how we can use these phrasal verbs. Okay, it is also commonly seen in PSLE papers like 2022 and 2023 PSLE paper. Okay, so we have all the way from A to Z. You can browse along the phrasal verbs ebook if you would like to. Okay, so these are some of the information for our newly launched phrasal verbs ebook. And we do have one which is bundled with our current 1200 grammar and vocabulary MCQ ebook with today. Okay, so let's just, okay, how do I go back? Okay, maybe go back here. Okay, so this will be bundled together with our current item, which is 1200 grammar and vocabulary questions. Okay, so this is the bundle set. If you are interested to purchase, feel free to let me know anything in the comments. Why nobody is answering questions when Jerry is talking? It's okay, XNGZ. I believe that there's only a few of us this afternoon because some of the students may be busy with school or their homework and their own commitments, right? And they're just here to learn and do some grammar and vocabulary questions together. So it's fine, right? Thank you, XNGZ, for staying here as well, right? So yes, just showing you our new phrasal verbs ebook, and this is the bundle. Okay, this is the bundle set, and it's very worth because you get to enjoy 20% off normal price if you purchase the phrasal verbs and the grammar vocabulary MCQs together. Okay, so if we are all okay, let's go back to the vocabulary practices here. Okay, so putting on a good performance, right? Putting on a performance, it means to actually perform to your best, right? To show. Remember to ask your parents before buying the ebook. Yes, XNGZ. Okay, Gregory, thank you for staying in the live and waiting patiently. Right, question 24. David ended up blank the blame for the mistake as no one else would step forward to tell the truth. Right, so the blame, okay, if you look at the blame, right, admitting is not really for the blame. Okay, admitting is usually used for admitting the mistake. Okay, admitting to a mistake that you made. Okay, so 面包 is correct. Oh my god, hi 面包. Really long time no see. Okay, so the answer is shouldering the blame. Right, it means that he's actually carrying the blame because there's no one else who wants to tell the truth. Right, so he has to be the one that takes all the blame. So sometimes if you did something wrong, but it is actually maybe your younger cousin or your younger sibling's fault, right? However, they are unwilling to tell the truth and you just end up shouldering the blame, right? They say that, oh, it's actually you who did it, which in fact wasn't. Okay, so this is what we mean by shouldering the blame. Okay, so this means that when we say blame, we don't admit the blame, but we admit the mistake. Okay, so look and take note of the difference between 3 and 4 because this is a very common mistake that students will make as well. Okay, and hi Mian Pao, thank you for joining our live session, right? I hope you're having a good day or a good week, right? It's the 3rd day of April. Okay, time flies and it's already the 4th month of 2025. Okay, so let's go on to question 25. Right. All the boys ran off after breaking the fan, leaving Dave to blank. Okay, they broke the fan. They did something wrong, right? Okay, they did something wrong. Okay, so what will happen, right? Which idiom do we use? Okay, face the music, bury the hatchet, play second fiddle, or build castles in the air. Okay, 面包 says face the music, right? Very good. Okay, so the correct answer is actually number 1. Okay, Face the music, 面对音乐. Yes, that is correct. Okay, thank you for translating it as well for all the non-English speaking people or the Mandarin speakers, right? You can refer to 面包's answer for question 25. Okay, so the answer for this is facing the music. Why is this the correct answer? Because this means to get scolded. Okay? Funny enough, right? When you face the music, it doesn't mean that it's a nice thing, right? Because facing the music actually seems like it is a nice incident that, oh, you are listening to music, you are actually, oh, you can choose the music you want. No, that is not how it works, okay? So this idiom actually means to get scolded, to face the music. Okay, so what about bury the hatchet? So we decided to bury the hatchet and move on, right? Means to forget about what happened, right? We just bury it. Okay, so playing second fiddle. What does playing second fiddle mean? Okay, playing second fiddle means to actually be treated less importantly. Okay, be treated less importantly. Okay, so building castles in the air, what does this mean then? Okay, building castles in the air. Build castles. They're trying to be like JJ Lin. Why JJ Lin? Is it to face the music? Oh, or you are referring to building castles in the air. Yes, okay, building castles in the air is actually to have unrealistic hopes or dreams. Okay, so unrealistic hopes and dreams. Okay, so this means to building castles in the air, right? Okay. Trying to be JJ Lin is also an unrealistic hope and dream. It might not be unrealistic, right? You are able to train yourself to become a singer. Maybe you can go overseas to pursue music, right? Like how JJ Lin did, so that you can actually maybe debut as a soloist in the future, right? 面包, maybe you can actually try, right? I will actually support you if you are a singer in the future, right? I'll attend the concerts. Okay, given that you make it to the big stage. Okay, so it's actually not an unrealistic hope and dream, I believe. It's possible. It's possible. I wasn't born rich. It's okay, 面包. It's never too late. You can join some talent shows, right? And maybe you get a chance to debut to debut as a very popular singer that came from a normal background. Yes. Okay, you do not need to be born rich to become a very famous singer. Actually, it's actually quite nice to see that there's more singers in Singapore now, right? Especially on TikTok as well, where you can actually start your own channel, right? 面包, you can actually start singing and posting and gaining a small group of followers first, followed by a big group. Okay, looking at the next segment, vocabulary clues. Okay, humans have been enjoying fatty foods for some 4 million years. Okay, today people still prefer animal products to vegan alternatives. Options, choices, wow. Okay, vegan alternatives. Okay, so we are looking at the first word over here, right? 面包, that is correct. The answer is options. Okay, vegan options. Now, though a company called Cedar has created an animal-free butter from carbon dioxide that it claims tastes just like the dairy version. Didn't know got MCQ. I see 面包. Yes, this is vocab clue. So this is vocabulary MCQ, just that they give us the options to find the synonyms. So the answer for this case is number 1. Okay, created an animal-free butter with carbon dioxide. Interesting. Would you ever try to eat vegan butter? Okay, so created. Okay, will you ever try to eat vegan butter? Okay, I believe there's not many vegans in Singapore as compared to the Western countries. No, Ozil. Why no? Right, it may be interesting. It may taste the same as normal butter. Moonlight says that the answer is 1. Okay, yes, all of you are correct. Okay, so the correct answer for this is invented, right? Creating something, right? It also can mean to invent something. Okay, you created something. Okay, next question. The secret ingredient is the same one that makes humans crave cheeseburgers and bacon fat. Okay, crave. Okay, when you say you have late night cravings, right? Sometimes you like to crave for food in the night, especially for those of you who stay up. Okay, personally, I would actually like the Korean spicy noodles. It is a very strong midnight craving. By the way, who is the new English teacher? XNGZ, who are you referring to, the new English teacher? Okay, crave, question 28. So what would the answer be? Okay, the answer from all of you is actually number 4. Yes. Okay, number 4. Hunger for. Yes, so you are very hungry for it, right? Oh, the 2 p.m. class for Thursday. Oh, I see. XNGZ, that is teacher Judith, right? She's actually one of our Writers at Work teachers as well. So there may be some students who know her from her physical lessons as well. Okay, teacher Judith, she will be joining us for TikTok live sessions every now and then, right? So you can just stay tuned for our live schedule to find out more, okay? Ozil, you are the new English teacher, really? Okay, I actually hope to that all of you can achieve your own dreams, right? Whether to be JJ Lin or to become an English teacher, right? Anything will be nice. So question 29, let's go to question 29. Okay, over here, right? Saver's team does not need cows or pigs to create this component. Component. Okay, let's look at component. What would the answer for question 29 be, right? Which of the words over here can replace component? Okay, component. Oh, cannot see. I'm sorry, Moonlight. Let me zoom in a little more. Right, component. Okay, a component, is it a part, a section, a portion, or an item? Right, question 29 is slightly trickier. However, this component, okay, component. Okay, question 29, component. Okay, Moonlight says number 2. Item, are you sure, Moonlight? Component, is a component an item? Right, I would say that it's part of something. Yes, okay, so actually Ozil is correct in this case. Right, the answer is number 1. Okay, part. Question 30. Yes, Moonlight, the correct answer is 1. Okay, so moving on to question 30. Right, it uses special process that pulls carbon dioxide from the air and combines it with other gases to create fat artificially. Okay, create. Wow. So we have created and we have create in the same passage, right? So create. Okay. Question 30. Right answer is okay. To create. Construct. Are you sure, Ozil? Are you sure it's constructing something? To create. okay, to create something, right, combines it with other gases to create fat artificially. Okay, combines it with other gases to create it artificially. So we are actually generating something, right? We are actually generating something. So what do you think the answer for question 30 is? Okay, Moonlight asks if it's 1. Okay, Ozzy also says 1. Okay, Moonlight, very good. Okay, so the correct answer is actually produce. Right, the correct answer is actually produce. Ozil, you are planning to take up law next year. Wow, I see. In which school? Which school do you plan to go to study law in poly? Wait, they actually offer law in polytechnics? Do they? Right, I actually never heard of it before, but it's a very interesting thing. I do see students in universities studying law. TP, oh, there is law in TP. I see. Interesting. Law earn all of money. How about you, XNGZ? Okay, so moving on to our last segment of today, right, we will stop at grammar. So let's see, question number 1. Okay, the new recess arrangement aims blank encouraging more students to play sports throughout the week. Okay, aims blank encouraging more students. Okay, aims blank encouraging. So for question number 1 is a very tricky question because aims, usually we would say aims to. However, it cannot be to because it is not a base form over here. Okay, this is not a base form word. Okay, therefore, because there is ing, the answer is wrong for this question. It wouldn't be number 1. Do you want to try again? Okay, Moonlight says aims at encouraging. Yes. Okay, so in this case, at will be a more appropriate and suitable answer. Okay, for question number 1, the answer is option number 2. XNGZ, facilities management and engineering. I see. So that is your dream. What about the future? Right, if you think about being a longer way down the road, right? Maybe after you graduate. Would you want to become a manager, a facility manager? Right? Is that what you mean? Okay, so these are some things that you can ponder when you are still in school, right? You can think about what you want to be in the future. You shall be a cop. Wow. Ozil, you want to be a policeman. There are many primary school students who aspire to be policemen, right? But it's actually not bad, right? Actually, it's a pretty, let's say, meaningful job, I would say. Right? It's quite meaningful. For some people, they find that they want to do something that is more meaningful to themselves instead of chasing after money, right? They want to do something that reflects on their own values, right? So all of these you can just ponder. Okay, so question number 2, the movie was shot blank interesting. Okay, the movie was shot blank interesting. Okay, so we are trying to look at a contrast between the two words over here, right? We are actually trying to look at a contrast for question number 2, right? Practice sorry, not practice. Okay, she commented excitedly. So question number 2, the answer will be, okay, question 2, short yet exciting. Yes, Ozil, I see the capital letters. Okay, yet exciting. Okay, short yet exciting. Very good. We are trying to look at a contrast between the two words over here. Okay, moving on to question 3. Majority of the work needed to complete the social studies project blank done before the deadline. Okay, majority of the work, is this countable or uncountable? Okay, is it countable or is it uncountable for question number 3? Right, countable or uncountable? Okay, question 3. Question 3, is it countable or is it uncountable? Okay, so actually this is uncountable. Okay, uncountable. Okay, before the deadline, right? Needed to complete. So majority of the work needed to complete the social studies project was done. Okay, so it was already done, right? So the answer is actually past tense, uncountable, therefore we use was instead of were. Okay, so when it's uncountable, we turn to the singular form. Okay, moving on to question number 4. Oh, XNGZ says 4 more minutes to end of your lesson. I see. Okay, thank you for the countdown timer. Right. Wow, I didn't know. I believe I heard that you actually do countdown timers for the other live hosts as well, right? Do you actually count down for the other live teachers? Yeah, I think I heard it in Teacher Yahweh's live as well. Okay, question number 4. She never liked living in London, blank. Ask Xing Yun. Okay, so never liked. This is negative. Okay, so this has to be positive. Okay, so the answer for this will be number 2. Very good. Okay, did she? Never is negative. Very good. So we have to look for a positive answer, which is did she? Because Mariah Carey is not here, so I have to count down. I see. Thank you, XNGZ, for the countdown replacement. So Mariah Carey actually counts down during the other live host live sessions. Okay, question number 5. Right, Linda was able to catch the last train home, blank to her relief. Okay, relief is uncountable. Okay, so therefore it is much to her relief. Yes, much. Okay, so the correct answer for this is option number 4, much to her relief. Okay, much to her relief. Okay, so the answer is much to her relief. Yes, okay, very good. So that is all for today, right? Thank you all for joining our live session, and I hope you learned something new, some new grammar rules or some grammar words, vocabulary as well, right? Okay, take note not to make any careless mistakes when you are doing your grammar paper. Okay, bye-bye Ozil. Have a great day ahead. Right, today is Thursday. Just one more day tomorrow and it'll be the weekends again. Okay, thank you XNGZ. Follow, like, and share. Yes, thank you everyone who haven't followed us, right? Follow us and remember to get the ebook if you find it helpful. Okay, so bye-bye.